So I promised you I would show you my kit and everything I used and talk you through it. So I'll start with what I wore. So I've noticed recently I've been wearing a cap. So I've never really had a cap that was comfortable to me, especially under my helmet, or that I thought really looked great. But these No Gods, No Masters caps I really like. They are, you probably can't tell, I'll do a close-up of it for you. They're super thin. So I don't feel like they keep the heat in, and I get the benefit of the brim, so to keep the rain out on the second day and keeping the sun off of my face, which is pretty important because, you know, sun protection and all that. So I'm happy to have found a cap that I like wearing. And I should say that I'm a No Gods, No Masters ambassador, and so I was sent all this kit. I love their kit. I wouldn't recommend to you guys anything that I wouldn't actually wear. And when I wear something on a 600k ride, it's because it's good and it's comfortable. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't go for 600k and be miserable. So this kit is great. I love it. So this is the jersey. Has a super lightweight back panel, so it allows your sweat to evaporate. And the front panel is just a little bit more opaque and gives you a little bit of wind resistance when you need it. There's laser cut arms there, so they're really comfortable, and the pockets are where I need them to be. I've had a raffia top that the pockets were way up there and I couldn't get my hand in, so I keep food in here for snacking on, because you'll see I don't have a cockpit bag on my bike, so it's really important that I can easily get things in and out of my pockets. And so this jersey was the one and only jersey I took. I trusted it to last for the 2 days, and it did. I also thought if I had to rinse it out in the hotel room, it dries really quickly, so it would dry by the time I woke up. But in the end, I didn't bother. I just spent the time sleeping. So the jersey worked, and I know that jersey well, so I knew it would work well. And the other kit I wore, so these are my Merino Arm Warmers. I love these. I use them all across Canada. They have been the bargain of a century for me because they've been going for years and I love them. My gloves on the first day, after they got sopping wet on the second day, I gave them up. My hands were like prunes. I couldn't bear to have wet gloves on them on top of that. So they're great, but you know, when they're not comfortable and because they're wet, off they go. I brought my Specialized helmet. This helmet is super light. Sometimes I wear it at cafe stops and breaks just because I don't have the need that I've had with other helmets to get it off my head because, you know, it's uncomfortable. This helmet is so comfortable and so light. It is not cheap, but it's good. And I have my heart rate monitor. I like to keep an eye on my heart rate just because I run a high heart rate, and yeah, I find it interesting. Not because I really do. In endurance, I like to keep it, you know, low so I can go far. So I wore the No Gods, No Masters bibs. Yes, bibs. This is what I wore the first day. So I brought one jersey but two shorts. And I'll explain to you in a minute why. So these particular bib shorts, they have this chamois that has sort of these perforated holes here, which just allows for airflow, which I think is great. Yeah, just for keeping things drier. But this chamois is the smoothest chamois I have ever experienced on any pair of shorts or bibs. I've had Rafa ones, I've had Rivello ones, I've had DHB ones. I'd like to try Azos, but yeah, these are so smooth. Obviously, when you're riding long distance, you want to keep friction to a minimum. I don't use chamois cream, and then things like this, I think they add up and they help. So they work for me, but they're a bib. So the designer at No Gods, No Masters, her and I go back and forth regularly, me telling her you need to make a non-bib pair of shorts. And I think I'm starting to sway her to my way of thinking, so hopefully in the future they will have a pair of non-bibs. The other pair, I'll show you, they're in the bag here. I wore a different pair on the second day that weren't bibs. They were my go-to pair for when I cycled across Canada. They were a new pair because that pair has so much UV damage. The only place I can wear them now is indoors on the indoor trainer. But they're my Rivellos. They don't have the most flattering padding, but it is stellar. It's just amazing. And it worked out really well in that order because the first day it was warmer and sunny and I was sweating more. On the second day, I had to stop for nature breaks so often. I was so glad to not have to take my jersey off. I could quickly stop, save time, which is one of the reasons I prefer non-bibs. For my body shape, I don't find the bibs give me that much benefit. And on hot days, really hot days, I prefer not to have the extra material. So yeah, I prefer non-bibs. No Gods No Masters came out with a gilet, so I have a new lightweight gilet and works brilliantly. It has the zips on the side so I can get out my food in my jersey pockets, but because it's lightweight and packable, you know, I had it in there, I've had it in my jersey pocket. Yeah, it just has a good wind block. It's great for the morning. You'll see I take it on and put it off during the video of the ride, so did it job, gave me that extra layer. So if you saw on Instagram, I posted a story quickly before I went away of my setup, and I had to choose between my road SPD shoes, stunning beautiful shoes, but they have a really stiff sole, carbon sole, super lightweight, amazing shoe, but I wanted to be able to walk easily, and I wanted the comfort of my more flexible SPD shoe. Sorry, the other ones are SPD SL. So this is, yeah, mountain bike style cleat, I guess you could say, rather than the road shoe. Easier to walk in, slightly less stiff. So yeah, that's the pedal there. So also these pedals are double-sided, so when I was tired I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, getting my toe in correct, because I've only just started using the road shoe this year, so it's not necessarily second nature to me to worry about the one-sided pedal. And I just think, oh, it's so nice to have double-sided. So yeah, went for that for my setup. Sunglasses. So I like my Tafasi sunglasses. I can't wear expensive sunglasses. I've never had a pair of Oakleys. I don't dare have a pair of Oakleys because I lose a pair every year. So I've already lost this pair once and I've had to re-buy them. But I didn't bring that pair, and the reason why is I've been trying the Sirocco sunglasses, and they are of the band style. And I'll show you. So this is the pair I wore on the first day because it was sunnier and they're proper lens. So the reason I switched to these for this ride, and I had worn them on other rides, so it wasn't a new thing on this ride, was the full band. First of all, it stops more glare. So on long rides in the bright sun, it's more restful to my eyes. This also protects my eyes more from wind and airflow, but they don't fog up. They've got vents and they've got anti-fog coating on them. So I really felt my eyes were much more comfortable wearing this style sunglasses for such a long ride. Yeah, this is better on my eyes for the longer distances, and I had the lighter lens that I could put on the second day for the darker weather. So that was my decision on sunglasses. So I have my front handlebar bag, you can see. I have my Garmin on the middle of my cockpit, GoPro. Yeah, so for the things that required batteries, like Garmin's and stuff, that were crucial to keep topped up, I had this battery pack. I like this one because it shows me the percentage of what's left, though it did freeze at 32 for some reason. And this is a pretty big capacity battery. The other one, because we each need to have one on our bike so that we can charge as we ride. So Nathan had this one because his top tube bag is smaller, so this one fits better for him while he's riding and charging. So 2 batteries we had together. And then of course you need a cable for charging. So this is a nice long cable. It has the ability to charge 3 different, Apple, which I don't need, and then USB, and I have another thing that hooks onto here that gives me USB-C. So that covers phone and Garmin. The other thing, I don't actually have the cable in here right now, is our light. So we use this light that Olight sent to us before the 400. And we're so thankful that they did. We didn't want to change the hubs. We knew that we wouldn't need lights after this ride. Long-term riding in the dark is not something we'll be doing regularly. It wasn't worth upgrading for us. So we needed a light that would give us good vision in the dark so we could see well, and it gave us this light is so bright. It's different brightness level. It doesn't have a flash mode, but we had to be careful because to keep them aim low because they're very bright. So same as high beams and low beams. To keep, it pointed low if a car was coming. If we wanted to see, we could just do that and aim it up and down if we wanted to see further down the road. But such good lighting. It gave us confidence so we could keep our speed up at night. Cars could see we were coming the other way. We knew they could because around corners we'd see them lower their high beams before they even saw us. So we think they thought there were probably cars coming the other way, which is a great thing. So loved those lights. Their cable, just because, they fail all the time. So especially they get bent at weird angles with the Garmin here, so it's just safe to have it back up. Other things in here are, I bring this key with me on longer rides to get my wheels off. I just like the leverage, especially if I'm tired. The other thing is our hands got a bit weird. We were getting the numbness in the last couple fingers, and then trying to push down on things sometimes is hard, so having better leverage for that extra bit of weight, that was worth it to me for peace of mind. My normal Imodiums, just always travel with them. And then driver's license. And the extra things that we're traveling with these days that we didn't used to is spare chain links, so 2 on there, and spare hangers for our derailleur. So if something should happen, the bike should fall over, something should snap, we have a backup derailleur and we can fix it on the side of the road. So that is a new thing, spare parts. And then for me, it's about batteries for filming, for camera batteries. So I have a pouch of spare batteries. And then, yeah, lip gloss. So, lip balm. Yeah, your lips dry out a lot when you're riding that far. So that is what's in my front bag. There's also food in there. I don't have all the food I was carrying with me, but I'll show you some of the food I did have. This is cafe lock that Nathan and I use when we're riding our road bikes, just to, if we have to nip in somewhere and our bikes are out of sight for a couple of minutes, we just lock them with that. Water bottles. So I went for my 750 ml, and yeah, just trying to get the best capacity I can. One thing I would maybe change, this is the problem. This saddle I've had for a very long time. It went across Canada with me. It's done the Vada Rundown. It's just got so many miles on it. My Boardman, my road bike, my first one, this is the saddle I used the entire time I had that. Switched it to my Canyon. I think it's done a lot of miles. I think it was overly broken in and needing replacing, and I kind of started to think that on the 400. And then I just sort of didn't know what to do, because I thought, oh, should I get the same one? Should I try something new? And I thought, I don't have enough time to try something new. I can't go on a 600k ride with a saddle that I haven't ridden really properly well, long distance wise. So I hummed and hawed, and then I thought, I'll just order this one again. And I found this gorgeous black version. So the only thing about this saddle is it's got pink on it, and oh, it's kind of annoying. And this black version has a nice black tail, and it, you know, matched my bike. So I ordered it, and it arrived a day late. So I didn't get it in time, which could be a blessing. I don't know. At least I knew what I was getting myself into with this saddle. I knew where the weakness was. In fact, you can see I've even worn through the leather on the 600. So it's pretty much toast, new saddle. So what is in my bag? Let's get to that. So tail fin. I will have a full review about the Aero Pack coming up at the beginning of October. The tail fin are a Bristol company. They sorted me out with this so I could give them some feedback and review it. And so I took it with me. I trusted them. Their original tail fin, the pannier rack version, was so phenomenal. I took this without a proper ride with it, other than up and down the street. Which I would never do on a major ride. That's how much I trust their product. I took this without testing it, which is a big risk. Yeah, here we go. So what is in here? So a couple of things. They've got these to cinch, and they've also got an access zipper here. So, sorry, pouch, this is the size of the pouch, there's 2 zippers. So this size of the pouch, so I could put, you know, if I wanted something easy access, cash, or I think I had some candies in there. My emergency chamois cream, which I carry everywhere and never use. I may stop carrying it. I've never used it. I don't use chamois cream, so yeah. On the other side, can't see, but there's another zipper, and that's where I put everything I need to access easily. So that included my rain jacket, which on the second day I needed all sorts. And then the other thing I kept reachable in here was my food. So the things I took from here, and then obviously we ate at the bakeries and the patisseries and all of the amazing French food we could find. Obviously chips, we ate lots of those. But I brought naked bars, and I brought saurines. So the banana saurines, what I like. I don't like the regular stuff so much. And these little saurines, they're great because you can squash them down flat as anything. And because it's saurine, it doesn't really change the experience of eating them. They're still squidgy. On the 400 ride, I finally perfected my food. I had to eliminate all the oats. I love my flapjacks. I love my chia charge to eat, but they make me bloat, which makes me then not want to eat, which on a long ride is not what you want. So I'd eliminate everything with oats in it to avoid the bloat, which was interesting, but it worked. So I perfected food on the 400, and I was really excited because I knew on the 600 I'd be doing much better. Because you saw on the 300 I was forced eating, and I really didn't want anything, and so I also got the balance between the sweet and the savory correct on the 400 and 600 rides. So balancing sweet things with less sweet things, and I had a Kendall mint cake as well, which is great because when you're just not feeling great, they're easy. Peppermint's soothing for your stomach as well, so that was good. And also we started out with I like the SIS stuff for my water, so we had that in our water to start, and then I had for the second day other sachets as well to top up. And yeah, so what else is in here? Alright, my second pair of shorts, as I told you, the Rivellos. So they're shorts, not bibs, and I was very thankful on the second day with all the nature breaks to not have to take my jersey off. And the rain. Yeah, it just worked well that way. We brought the multi-tool that we use touring, which is the big monster multi-tool with a chain breaker and all the tools hopefully you'll possibly need. And then these are my tire levers, extra two, but I brought two. I only have one in here right now, but I did bring two, just in case. I always bring a hanky, and they come in handy, surprisingly, in surprising ways, so I always have one. Some more Naked Bars Kendall mint cake. I didn't finish it, but yeah. Passports, kept them in here to keep them dry. So our passports and a spare credit card. So I always keep one spare payment card separate from my other money in case something happens. Years of travel, you never know. And then I had this bag of normal clothes. So for when we were 2 days in Belgium, 2 days in Brussels. So cashmere sweater, which gets me a good amount of warmth for not a lot of weight. So the weather wasn't forecasted to be that great or that warm. So unfortunately, sweaters were needed. Just a t-shirt. And I have these lightweight pants, which I always fall back on when I travel and need to go lightweight. They're just 3/4 length. They're super lightweight. So yeah, I just wanted to keep the weight down, obviously. And for shoes, in Brussels, I have these. These are the shoes I wore off the bike touring in Canada. So they're sort of like cheap versions of Toms. They're black, they go with everything, they're light. So that's basically brought a change for off the bike. And then I actually didn't finish all these. So Velo Forte has these sachets of electrolytes and energy for your drink bottle. And this one also contains caffeine, which is why I brought it. Unfortunately, this one in particular, the other one does it as well, the one without caffeine, but this one's even worse, I think, or maybe it's the flavor. It clogs up my bottle, so then I can't drink out of the nozzle, so then it kind of defeats the purpose of keeping hydrated because you can't get any water, so then I have to take the top off and drink from the bottle straight, which you can't do when you're riding. So I really love the taste of this stuff, but they need to sort that out. I've tried making it with warm water, I've tried shaking it for ages. Nothing I do stops this from clogging my bottles, and I have 2 different style bottles I've tried it with, and love it, but hate it. So that's that. And then this is just my toiletries. So a little brush, a very lightweight toothbrush. It's a bamboo, so super lightweight, and it's a child's size. I have my sunscreen, which is also has color corrector built into it, so all you ladies out there, it's really nice. So it's like having a little bit of coverage. Don't have the best skin, so that was great. My eyeliner, my mascara, and that was my makeup kit. Of course, deodorant. I should have got a smaller one, but I didn't have time, so I took what I had. I have this little thing of tape because my one of my 2 shoes rubs the top of my foot where the flap is, so I just put tape on my ankle so it can't rub, and it works. So yeah. An eye mask just in case the hotel we're in. I don't know. right? Don't know. Oh, more Imodium, of course, and more batteries for cameras. So that is what I brought. All of this I used, all of it worked. Most of it I had tried before on other rides, except for, as I said, this particular tail fin. Nathan loved his tail fin. He had the original. He would have liked to have an Arrow one too, but he was blown away by how good the other bag was. It didn't rattle, it didn't move, it was solid. Yeah, so he really, really liked that experience. As you'll see in most of our rides, he wears his Castelli jersey, and it has removable sleeves, so it covers him in rain, it covers him in colder temperatures, it covers him in warmer temperatures because the sleeves come off. So that jersey has served him very well. He loves that jersey. As you can see, he wears it all the time, and particularly in the UK weather, it's very suited to that. Yeah, and just because it covers such a wide range of temperatures, it works really well for Audax rides. So yeah, he wore that, and he had a lighter weight jersey from the call on the first day, which worked well for him. So yeah, if you have any questions for Nathan, for the guys' kit and stuff, just let me know. I'll ask him and I'll get him to answer for you.